Welcome to CBR. Avengers Doomsday will likely be the movie that introduces Dr. Doom into the MCU, ahead of his role as the main villain in Secret Wars. But what if Doomsday was a comedy? Let's imagine a plot theory that would turn the MCU upside down.
New mask. Same task.
A recently formed New Avengers team goes on their first diplomatic mission, a visit to Latveria, a country shrouded in mystery in recent years since the rise of a new political leader. The New Avengers team consists of Captain America, Spider-Man, Wonder Man, Captain Marvel, and Shang-Chi. The country's leader, Victor Von Doom, has invited the Avengers to come and celebrate Doomsday. With no origin story, the MCU would introduce Doom as the new ruler of Latveria, rising to power sometime since the last political events the audience has witnessed, such as the Flag Smashers escaping justice and Thaddeus Ross becoming president of the United States. Since Doom rose to power, Latveria became closed off to the rest of the world. The Avengers arrive in Latveria expecting an ominous event, having heard that Doom has become a tyrant. Instead, they find the people happy, enjoying parades, and building statues of Doom in every village. Doom insists the holiday is a gesture of goodwill, inviting them to observe Latveria's prosperity under his rule, and states that he will not interfere in their observations and they can have a week to explore the country by themselves. He adds in a sly tone that the team might even learn something about true leadership during their stay. Some of the heroes, wary of Doom's true intentions, are skeptical of everything he claims. Others are willing to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Typical of Victor Von Doom to build a 30-foot statue of himself.
Every year on Doomsday, Doom dons a magical disguise where he roams unrecognized to mingle with his people. His goal is to ensure the people of Latveria love him, or if they still pretend to love him even when they are not being watched. This year, his disguise has a spell that has him looking eerily similar to Tony Stark because he wants to mess with the Avengers, slowly sparking rumors around the country that Tony Stark is alive and hiding in Latveria. Armed with his massive ego and distance from the working class life, Doom goes around praising himself and inadvertently causing disaster wherever he goes. At this point, it's a slapstick comedy, because Doom is completely unaware that he's bringing these towns to bankruptcy and chaos. He insists a Doom statue should be a few inches higher and intervenes in the artist's work, only for the statue to end up looking terrible and unbalanced. Being a perfectionist and an egomaniac, this Tony version of Doom expects too much of every town he visits, overly critiquing the people's efforts to celebrate Doomsday. He's already headed to the next stop in his tour before he realizes the mess he has made. In parallel, the Avengers' attempts to blend in are hilariously bad. They are bewildered by technical advancements in Latveria, with what the Latverians call Doombots all around the country performing all sorts of tasks. The Avengers are treated with great hospitality by the locals, but even the Avengers who didn't see anything wrong at first start getting suspicious when they realize the Latverians act differently whenever Doombots are not around.
We look to the future.
Sam Wilson awkwardly gives speeches about democracy, leaving people speechless and seemingly scared. Later, he realizes people keep quiet whenever they hear about other governments, not because they want to, but because they're scared of the robots' potential reactions. They suddenly need to save a group of locals from Doombots attacking them, and discover hints of resistant movements that paint Doom in a much darker light. The Avengers attend a meeting of the Latverian resistance, and there they learn about how Doombots record everything and report any anti-Doom behavior to the authorities. While the team plans a staged demonstration of anti-Doom behavior and how to deal with the Latverian authorities, Peter Parker specifically becomes intrigued with the rumor that Tony Stark is still alive. While the other heroes tell him to forget this rumor, that they were witness to Tony's death, and Latveria is a country full of myths. Peter can't shake the feeling he needs to investigate this rumor. Wonder Man, with his extensive experience in the entertainment industry, directs a scene for the Avengers to perform in public, bashing Dr. Doom. While they perform the terrible enactment, before any Doombot approaches, they are kidnapped by a secret group of rebels who say they could have been killed by the robots for controversy on the streets. The rebels, hiding in an underground location, run an ultra-secret comedy club where locals and robots roast Doom mercilessly. They hack Doombots to free them from Doom's programming, installing AIs who learn to criticize the country's leader with them. While the Avengers decide to spend the day with this newfound underground group of rebels, Spider-Man sets out to check the rumors about Tony Stark.
Mr. Stark. You won, Mr. Stark.
Although Doom only wanted to disguise himself as Tony to spark rumors and mess with the Avengers' minds, he immediately adapts to Peter finding him. Once Peter reaches Tony Doom, he tells Peter that he made a deal with important cosmic entities, and he was granted a few more years on Earth to ensure the right people would rise to power after the blip. But having to keep his survival a secret, he decided to live in Latveria for the international privacy the country provides for its citizens. Also, he wanted to learn from Doom what great leadership is. What? Peter is rightly shocked. He knows deep down that Tony wouldn't act like that. But Doom's spell is so powerful, it's hard for the hero to question his own eyes and ears as he literally talks to Tony. Peter tells Tony about the rebels they've met, which makes him extremely furious. This Tony Doom accompanies Peter to check out the rebels, and once he realizes the extension of this anti-Doom movement, he becomes so angry that he blows his own cover. He bursts into a tantrum, stating his superiority over everyone else in Latveria. Part of the crowd panics in confusion, thinking the one speaking is actually Tony Stark, resurrected to overthrow their leader. Before the Avengers can intervene, Doom is fed up and removes the spell that makes him appear to be Tony, once again wearing the iron mask he's known for. Instead of a cosmic being like the Beyonder causing the incursions that lead to Secret Wars, the story in the MCU could be adapted to be a Dr. Doom plan from the start. He wants to cause incursions to create a battle world where he'll be a godlike emperor of the entire planet. Do you think the Marvel Cinematic Universe should start incorporating more comedy into the Avengers movies? Do you miss the comedy tones of early MCU movies like Iron Man? Let's keep discussing what a Doomsday comedy could look like in the comments below. Until next time, thanks for watching CBR.